Hello, hello, hello. You know what would be really funny? If I just played the background sounds of the beeping that you hear when you go to a McDonald's, and I just played that for like 10 minutes before a stream. But like I do it for like fast food cooking simulator. That'd be funny. Hello, welcome to Shira Donald's. Can I take your order? Kind of beat. Power washing! It's fun. Let's get into it. Boop! I don't know why I make it so dramatic like that. I kind of forgot what we were cleaning, but it looks like the reason the map is so big is because we're cleaning like different stuff, right? And that different stuff kind of like quote unquote spawns in different locations. And that's why. So yeah. Ham warmer! Battle tank! What is it with this game and tanks? I don't remember if I read this, but before I read it, carbonated can opening ASMR. In 3, 2, 1. I got over my face. I don't know what it is, but when you sweeten something with like stevia, it makes it freaking explode all over the place. Oh, this one's ginger ale. I thought this one was cola. Huh. You sit over there. Okay. At least I'll be able to sleep a little bit easier because this is caffeine free, if I'm not wrong. Canticle of the Iron Soul initiated. Task. Tech Priest. It is time for your next rite. A Rogel Dorn battle tank. Is that named after someone? Procured from the hive world of withheld classified. Substantial biological foulness blunts its machine spirit and demands its sacred symmetry. That's quite the description. Intel. This Rogel Dorn tank will be under the personal command of the eminent Commissar Franz, attached to the Astra Militarum forces at the imminent assault upon withheld strategic Astamer B785. We've seen that before. Owing to the Rogel Dorn tank's personal importance to the Commissar, he has... I am reading that right? I am. He has assisted on recording directives, which will be issued during the cleanse. Addendum. The nature of the depositions contain certain sensitives, so I encourage you to accompany the cleanse with contemplation upon the wisdom of Magus Locus Fastidicus. The eyes of the righteous look without seeing. I feel like I'm speaking Latin. Like, half the time when I'm reading something in Warhammer speak, it's like, am I reading Latin or am I just like reading Harry Potter, right? Cadia. much are carbon deposits? So we see more redacted residue. You know, now that I'm looking at it, the redacted residue looks like something from Nurgle. It looks Nurgle-y. Data recording. Tech Priest. Know that I expect my tank to be flawless upon its return. Okay, Commissar Heinz Ketchup. Yeah. Should this not be the case, I will arrange for you to join my forces gathered for the assault upon withheld strategic Astamar B785. Indeed, I am certain you would fit in admirably with the ragtag collective of my vanguard. With what, a water gun? I will stay long because I have an early shift, but how are you doing? I'm doing pretty good. I literally just got up from a nap, so I'm like here, like, top of the morning to you, you know? I could lore nerd out how the commissar is not allowed to command you to do anything, but this is PowerWash. I mean, what are you gonna do, right? I mean, they call Nurgle's body fluids, quote-unquote, redacted residue. We all know what it is. This is also the game where you power wash stuff good enough that, like, you clean it and save the world, so... I'm hiding from the heat in my cave today. Yeah, it's getting really hot. Y'all stay hydrated. I recommend water. Preferably with electrolytes. Why do I still have Microsoft Outlook open? My coworkers celebrate the weirdest stuff. Happy Roswell Crash Anniversary. What the heck? Battle damage. I can just power wash away battle damage. What? Hit 34 today. My meds make me heat intolerant, and I got a rash in the small amount of time it took to roll and smoke a J thinness afternoon. Yeah, as you age, like, stuff gets weird, right? Like, I've noticed changes as I got older, and I'm like, this isn't supposed to happen, and then it did. One thing I'm thankful for is that my knees still work without, like, doing the Snap Crackle Pop Rice Krispies, so... happy about that. Just to give you the rundown versions, 1. Commissars are outside the chain of command. They are only allowed to execute cowards as well as their duty to ensure the guard actually fights at full capacity. They are not allowed to give orders besides that. 2. The Adeptus Mechanicus are completely outside regular command. They are their own independent subfaction of the Empire. So is it kind of like how the U.S. Marine Corps is kind of like a subdivision of the Navy by technicality, but they're also their own branch. Or am I just a dum-dum? My hands only work due to cannabinoids. For some people, their brain only works because of that too, so... I hear ya. I literally cannot take that because of my job. Also, if I cough too much, I get sick, so... That's kind of off the table for me. Hello, Meowie Cal! But interesting conversations? Yeah, you're telling me. Like, I'm all for continuing the funny conversations, but it's chat who's like, hey, let's talk about this very niche thing. And I'm like, okay. I mean, what else are we going to talk about? The weather? So in a way, I'm thankful for it. Data recording. Among our number are the Regiment Withheld. Are you familiar with them, Tech Priest? I'm familiar with shoving you inside of a ketchup bottle. While most of my number need encouragement from my power sort, that sounds like a sexual threat. With Regiment Withheld, I needed to hold them back. On which side of my power sword might you fall, Tech Priest? Can I choose to not answer that? Sony offering 50% did not cancel PS Plus. Man, did they F up. If it's a service, you can offer discounts. Like, if it's a product, less so. But if it's like a service, like especially electronics, you can offer discounts. What are people gonna do? Make you generate a new license? Like, oh no. Oh, this has a license plate. That does not look like a license plate. The only ones with justification and jurisdiction to judge the Mechanicus are the Mechanicus themselves, the Ass Pop-Tarts, the High Lords of Terra, and Rowboat Girly Man. I do not know who Rowboat Girly Man is. I apologize. I started seeing a therapist last month, and he's fine with me using cannabinoids as long as I take my meds. And I always take my meds. Without meds is very bad. Take your meds, everyone. Like, as long as you do that, you're good. I don't need someone, like, coming up to me and asking me if I've seen, the outer space ray gun of splooging liquid sponges at people's faces. I used to be better with saying random stuff. How about, are there any games anyone's looking forward to? Persona 4 Revival. Persona 6. Didn't they also announce Kingdom Hearts, like, 4 or something? I don't know. Sometimes I wonder if I live in a pineapple under the sea. Final Fantasy Resonance, I'm excited about, and I just found out about it today. I don't know what that's about. I need to get back into Final Fantasy. I might stream the whole series. Would be so good. Or at least the good ones, you know? Machine gun! Put that over actual machine gun sounds like it's accurate. I should edit that in. Data recording. Beyond the regiment withheld stand 3 companies of Canadian troops. I almost read that as Canadian. Screw it. We're calling them Canada. To say they will be squandered in my divisionary vanguard is an understatement. Does that mean they're too good for you? But I doubt you possess the honor to fight alongside them. Well, bite my mechanical nuts, why don't you? As I go over and glitch out here, I still need to play Mina the Hollower. Looking forward to all the new FF releases. I've never heard of Mina the Hollower. I'll have to look that one up. You should tell me what it's about, though. Robut Gilliman, last loyal son of the Emperor of Mankind. Oh. And you just call him Robo Girly. That is hilarious. Looks like ammo. I've got a good system to track my meds. I message my sister when I take them on Discord with the pill emoji. That is actually low-key adorable. Persona 4 Revival, that's gotta be like the 10th edition. They make like 2 editions of every Persona, and then they made a remake for the for 3 and 4. Meanwhile, Persona 1 and 2 have had like, what, 1 or 2 editions, and that's it. They got a remake back on the PSP. It's like, I feel bad for that. Tatsuya is so cool. He deserves more love. I know, he's not a version of the Detective Prince. He's not a version of the Detective Prince or the man. So, womp frickety womp. The Pixar remasters are dope. Resonance is the canon story for the first arc of the FF Brave Exvius gotcha game. What is it with all the gotcha games? Like, they're everywhere. The only other person I could see cussing the Mechanicus out is a hero of the Imperium himself, Commissar Caphius Kane. There's a joke there about his name. I almost legitimately read that as cough drop. But he sounds like a Warhammer hero. Data recording. Finally, we have the Penal Legions. That low-key sounds a little bit dirty. I've collected these redacted, hyperbolic from every corner of the galaxy. I won't have them redacted, illustrative, oh jeez, in their cells when they can be put to use, fighting for the glory of the Imperium. Perhaps I would deploy you amongst them. Can bro stop threatening me when I'm cleaning a battle tank, please? Yes, I'd be perfect for an indolent mechanicus. He needs to go touch the non-blood splattered grass. Like, for real. Cadians are very respected, yes. They fought while their planet was literally falling apart. The planet broke before the guard did. Okay, that's actually impressive, I'm not gonna lie. Like, that's actually really cool. There's four versions of P3. Yeah, there's Portable, Reload, the original FES. And then there's the spin-offs. There's also the fan mod of trying to get, the FemC to be a playable character. Or at least playable in, Reload. Which looks like it's actually going way better than I thought. Like, the passion project is... Oh, lordy. Atlas just needs to hire whoever is behind that mod. I couldn't bring myself to finish Persona 1 on the PSP, but I really like the soundtrack. Yeah, like Dream of Butterfly is a really good soundtrack. The battle theme from the original 1996 Persona 1, for a game that's like 30 years old, it goes hard. I mean, if anyone can prove that you can make good music out of 8-bit sounds, it's Undertale. I should play the OST of that game more often on stream. Because it slaps real hard. Resonance isn't a gacha game, though. It's the first story arc from a gacha. Kind of like how Persona 5 is a precursor to Persona 5X, but Persona 5X is the gacha, right? You're still playing Honkai? I've never played Honkai Star Rail before. Private Bulk. Unauthorized data override. Do not listen to the ramblings of that infernal commissar. I already like this guy. We in the Penal Legions pledge our allegiance to the Imperium voluntarily, and I'm honored to be part of this regiment. Hey, that's what's up. Better to redacted conjecture in honorable futility than as a traitor in our redacted conditions unconfirmed concrete box. Better to die hero than as a coward. He's the best person you'll ever read about. Kai Face, like Kai in the beginning, is a coward, but also the most human guy in the Imperium. He is like Mr. Satan from DBZ. He gets lucky. Too often, it keeps piling up. Same time, Kane has fought everything the galaxy could throw at him in melee combat and win. And while he is quick to run, I mean tactically retreat, he is a darn good leader. I can picture it. I can picture it. Now, him in a fight versus Mr. Satan with no weapons, I would watch that. Based off your description. Dominatus. I would totally have that done to me. Anyway, Dream of Butterflies, my face getting smacked with nostalgia right now. I mean, that's like probably that's a song for the most recent version, so I guess a PSP is still old. That viewport is half blocked by a crate. More like Octopatch Zero, which was a gacha that got turned into a regular game. Oh. Never heard of it, but... Gotcha. Wait. I mean... Gotcha as in, like, I got you, not as in, like, the genre of gaming. I hate terminology. Anyhow, Kane's list of accomplishments include fighting orc war bosses, corn space marines, corn for the cornflakes, Tyranid hive tyrants, and tech marines in melee combat in 1. Discovered an assassination attempt on him while checking out a guard woman's rear... What? Surviving his 2 tomb worlds by himself. And is buried in full military honors because he died of old age, unheard of in 40k. Okay, I know that is actually impressive. I can see why he's effectively the chesty puller of the Warhammer universe. You guess a PSP is old. Are we immortals in this chat? I mean, if I told you my age and I checked in my face, you'd be like, okay, that's a vampire. The one thing that keeps me, like, optimistic is that there's VTubers that are actually, like, parents. So if they're not too old, neither am I. Lol. Gimli resembles Radagast from the Hobbit movies. Why are you short? Is Gimli a short king or a fun-sized queen? Or neither? Am I dumb? I don't know, I just work here. I'm short, rarely comb my hair, and have a wild beard. Nothing wrong with that whatsoever. If anything, if you take martial arts, no one's gonna expect you to square up and absolutely just, like, take them to Pound Town. I mean... dominates them in combat. Yeah. Saved it. Yeah. You almost always have a hat. Hats are cool. First, so he doesn't have to do it himself, and second, so nobody bothers him because he smells bad, like people next to him describe him as orc feces burned by a flamer. That is descriptive. So anyone wanting to bother him has to go through a stink cloud, which most don't have the mental fortitude for. If he doesn't have paperwork, he watches adult content in the corner. Yes, this is canon. Oh, and Mr. Some of the comments a little bit further up. There are grandparents who stream, so... Plus he has a secretary gunner driver named Jorgen that has a blank. Basically demons and psychers, think wizards with psychic BS, either get migraines on their heads or their heads pop nearby. Also makes magic near him useless. He usually makes him do all the paperwork in the corner. Okay, first off, what is Warhammer 40k lore? On God. Second, there are grandparents who stream, but I don't think they do VTuber models. Like, if I get too old, I might just, like, actually drop the VTuber thing. Maybe. I don't know yet. Like, I'll keep streaming even if the VTuber thing is, like, cringe one day. I'll keep doing it. So I'm gonna do it. I do know martial art. I'm trained in Aido. And also can use a Joe staff with some proficiency. Do you mean Aikido with a bow staff? Or is that, like, different? Yay! What is the lore? Oh boy, give me a minute. I'm scared. Exactly what Meowie said. It's like, oh no. What have I done? I use a static PNG. I don't need to be on camera. I'm a cryptid and therefore limit for the photographic evidence of my existence. That's fair and totally reasonable. I had the option of being able to be like interactive and stuff like blah, 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 blah. So I decided to take that option. It's definitely difficult, though, because you have to dial in settings and everything. Otherwise, you're, like, always have your eyes closed and, like, you're constantly, like, smiling and your mouth is open when you're not talking. So you gotta dial stuff in, and it's not always easy. Aido is a sword art, and a Joe staff is half the length of a bow staff. So those are actual terms, then. Those aren't typos. I learned something. I'm gonna bring that up to my GM in D&D, and I'm gonna be like, hey, can we include these weapons into the store? I play a monk with a homebrew class, and he's just the way of the unusual fisting, and he just has, like, all the different, like, weapons that no one's heard of before. The craziest part is I have a GM who would make that work and make it actually feasible. And I'm pretty good at homebrewing, so... We should do a D&D ideas stream one day. That would be so cool. Okay, I'm gonna have to read what Gordon said, but I'm not reading all of it out loud. I'm reading that all in my head. Because that's a whole thing. Humanity Smith Emperor is Emperor the most powerful psychic wizard we know of. He has sons, most of them portrayed in the factory of the Emperor, and share life support. Most demons record him as God, they have information of hope. Anyone's referencing anything that faith in the birds, heretic gets executed. Note that the Emperor did not want this, but I cannot tell him, and now they fight for survival. That sounds like a Star Wars plot. Or it sounds like something Star Wars could use as a plot, if that makes sense. One of my mods made the PNG for me to entice me to stream again. Wait, what? Oh, they made the, okay, I see what you're saying now. I read mod as, like, not moderator, but, like, game mods, you know? I mean, they clearly care about you to stream, you know? They don't want you going bye-bye. In a way, is that not a form of love? Because they want to keep seeing you. Honestly, it's kind of cute. But yeah, Warhammer 40k lore is freaking off the charts. Against multiple other alien species, and that's just a very short version of about the Imperium. I haven't said anything about the Mechanicus, Eldar, etc. I mean, I would assume the lore to be so deep that I wouldn't have the time to learn about it. If they got dedicated stores where I live about Warhammer 40k, like, what the heck? Dedicated figurine stores. Huh? Clearly it's popular. My favorite D&D character that wasn't Gamley was a homebrew werebear PC into a second edition. That sounds really cool, actually. If you still have a stat sheet, you gotta send it to me at some point. That sounds really cool. I can't pick a favorite because I made too many interesting characters. No, you know what my favorite is? It's a DMPC, admittedly, but it was a 14-year-old half-orc who is a ship captain who excelled, like, at being a ship captain, but he died trying to save the party from, like, what is it called? That eye that shoots like magic? It's that monster that, like, everyone knows, but, like, no one wants to fight. You know the one. Anyway, he died trying to save the party from it. The party tried to get him revived because I really like the character. But on a pure D100 chance, a Pomeranian jumped in front of the spirit that was going in, so he got reincarnated as a Pomeranian dog. And because he's a warlock, he can fly and use a magical hand to steer a ship. So now there's just a half-immortal Pomeranian on a ship that guides people to their destination. It makes no sense. D&D idea stream. I'll get my custom classes. Heck yeah. That could be fun to talk about. I can even spitball ideas. I normally play 5th edition, but I could spitball ideas and people could take them and actually play them and let me know how they turn out. It'd be fun. I have to come back streaming a little bit just on Mondays for a set day. Currently, the next Monday, no stream because Sunday is my birthday. Happy birthday! Let's go! Yeah, I have a birthday in the family coming up. It's not mine, though. Gotta remember to get a card and all that. Bjorn 8 Vecna. I don't know what that means. Bjorn went into bear form, the druid enlarged him, the psionics guy hasted him, and he just out DPS Vecna's heals, eating him. Oh. No, that's just thinking outside the box. Kind of like the wizard who took the BBEG and put him into a extra dimensional box and then used a spell, Modify Memory, to make him forget that it existed. So the BBEG was just trapped there for all existence in a pocket dimension. Bypassing that whole fight. Wizards, man. I did make 5e custom classes. Hero, Monster Hunter, Spirit Tactician, Common Rider. This was an April Fool's that got way too good. And Foxfire Mage. Currently working on Biomutant. That sounds cool. I have to get back into custom, like, classes and stuff. Vecna was the BBEG of 2nd edition. And you legit killed him because he made you run out of beer? That's hilarious. Okay, Gordon. You take care, and I'll see you next time. Sleep well. Don't let the bed bugs bite. Yay! Katia stands! Complete the Rogel Dorm Hepper Chirpatipatapa. Look at that, we cleaned the tank while talking about D&D. Bjorn had endless keg oif beer. Vecna appearing in sigil clothes all planar portals. So he was a lot of beer with a monstrous hangover. That just sounds like a good, like, dwarven party, right? I've been neglecting my ginger ale. Why do they call it ginger ale when it's non-alcoholic? Anyway, Canticle of the Iron Soul complete. Update. Tech Priest. It is as if the battle tank has emerged from its forged temple for the very first time. It is resurrected. Even the towhooks thirst for glory. I don't know how that works. I will advocate for your promotion to the rank of Engine Seer, along with further cybernetic replacement of your Biologica. Oh no, they're taking my wiener. Advice: in the interim, it would be sage of you to reflect upon the words of Lord Dogma Pulverus Gamma 6. That which cannot be trusted must be removed. Praise Omnissiah. But Magos, I trust my wiener. What am I talking about? A Knight Paladin. Oh boy. Here's my replacement character. My character at the start of the module was a Shadow Mage, but I was a little too slow jumping through a shadow, and a demon ripped that character in half. It was very sad. It was a fun character. I'm doing the only reasonable thing I know what to do about that. F in the chat. You should bring that character back for like an alternate universe kind of thing. That could be fun. Actually play him out. Chant of the Electromancer initiated. Task. Your next mission, Engine Seer, is the ritual blessing for an Imperial Knight, Paladin of House Hawkshroud. Withdrawn what the heck? Had to cough that one out. Withdrawn from meritorious duty, combating redacted proof pending among the fetid? No, there's an O there. Maybe it is fetid chem swamps. I'm gonna go with that. Of the planet redacted classified. They have traversed the galaxy to spearhead the frontal assault on withheld strategic. I'm just gonna call it the B7. Strategic B7. Description: redacted, excessive verbosity. This honorable Knight Paladin is an elite unit of prodigious power. Their importance to the battle ahead cannot be overstated. It is imperative that their machine spirit is purified and galvanized. Galvanized square steel and eco-friendly wood veneers. Engine Seer Tyro 656 will be closely monitoring your work. It is time to prove that you are worthy of your title. Praise Omnissiah. Yeah, $250 to clean this thing is a slave labor. That is like on God, right? I'm gonna wash its butt first. Observation. I can see that whilst I cleanse manufactorum containers, you have again been blessed by the machine god. Still, at least now you have the title worthy of the duty. The rites of initiation for a knight such as this are a fascination. Are you familiar with the necessary rituals in Jasir? I am not. But yeah, the people in this game have always been cheap with their payments. Not new. Sad as it is. The Shadow Mage was cool. His body was 4/5 shadow at the level he was, so he could travel through shadows, Was a class from Dark Sun Setting. That sounds pretty cool. Honestly, do that with a homebrew hedgehog class and then just have Shadow the Hedgehog. But literally. Woo! Nuts are eating. But it's good, it's good. I like all the interaction. In Dark Sun magic, is bad for the ecology, but Shadow magic uses a different source for power than the life force of the ecosystem. Oh. So is it like the nuclear fuel of the series of this, like, sort of balance, I guess? Dark Sun Setting is mostly desert because of magical warfare. Every time you say Dark Sun, I can't help but think of the Game Boy game. But Golden Sun, the Dark Moon, or the Dark Sun, or whatever. God, that was such a good game. Psionic Heavy Setting. Gotcha. So, Jedi Mind Powers, go! I'm gonna climb to the top. Golden Sun pissed you off by ending in a cliffhanger and forcing you to buy another game? The biggest problem I had with Golden Sun is that there was a part right after you got your final party member in the other game. The one where you play as, I think it's Felix. Not the one where you play as Isaac. But the other one. And right after you get your fourth party member, it, like, I couldn't figure out how to get past it, so I never really beat the game. I got, like, not even halfway before I couldn't play it anymore. Because I wasn't sure what to do to go further. And then I lost the game! So that's sad. I think I do have an emulator for the Game Boy Advance. So I could probably try to play it to completion. But it's like there's so many games today that I can play that I have to keep up with because, like, they're online and all that. That it's like I don't really have the time of day to put towards games that I should have been able to play as a child. Exposition. The Knights prove their fealty through survival of the redacted protocol classified F-266. Hey, that's new. Young nobles from each of the Knight houses collect at the Chamber of Echoes, within the sanctuary of a knightly stronghold. Fact, nothing can prepare the nobles for what is next. Nothing can prepare for the nobles for what happens next. Click here to find out more. Nobles are furious about this one trick that keeps the Omnissiah on their sides. Clickbait, but for the Omnissiah. I'm funny. Golden Sun Ragnarok spamming? Is that a game or are you talking about the spell? The spell where you basically throw a sword at people and it does like insane damage? Kind of hilarious. The most advanced civilization in Dark Sun is feral halflings that eat other races. They have bioengineered weapons. I mean, hear me out, right? We eat fish, and their omega-3s are good for our brains. Fish are technically a different species from us. Maybe that's just natural. A friend I play 7 Days to Die with is sending me a capture card. I'll be streaming my PlayStation backlog then. PS1 through 4 games. I have the backwards compatible PS3. Wait. So you have a PS3 and a PS4. Because I don't know how you would play PS4 games on a 3. It may be backwards compatible, but I don't think it's forwards compatible. Only move I remember using. Hope you guys have a great stream. Thank you, Meowie. I'm sure we will. I assume you're heading off, if that's, what you're doing. Probably be here for another hour or so. I might just finish this robot, and then that'll be the end of the stream, because it's, you know, weekday. Oh yeah, that's terrifying. Look at that. Look at that seal. Oh yeah, it's shiny as sin. Protocol. At the commencement of the sacred ritual, each young noble enters the room and occupies the restricted technology H Oot of their night house. Process. Throughout the night that follows, the noble's mind will fuse with the neural network of the restricted technology H Oot. Clarification. Perhaps that sounds pleasant. It is not. Mars. I don't know what's pleasant anymore. This game censors so much. Like, how am I supposed to know anything if you're just like, okay, we're going to redact half of your birth certificate? The halfling bioweapons in Dark Sun are psionics powered. They basically merge with their weapons into one entity. That's actually pretty cool, not gonna lie. So it's kind of like the Gurren Lagann merging with your suits for spiral power shenanigans. But like, more mergy-ish. I have a PS3 and a PS4 Pro. That explains a lot. I think I got a PS4. I never got the PS4 Pro. Or a 5. I just got the regular 4. And it was all to play 2 games, and then I never touched it again. I know those games are on PC, so it's like, why even have a PS4 at that point, you know? My PS4 died and I can't afford a PS5, so I bought a PS4 Pro. That's fair. My favorite Warhammer 40k faction is the Orcs. Their technology works because they think it works. Oh yeah, I heard about that. They're kind of BS, honestly, with how powerful they are. My OG PS4 was a gift from a friend. Aww. And it died. That's kind of sad. Like, actually, though. I just want to be nice to my GPU and not have it run a graphics-intensive game and slobs at the same time. Wait, is slobs a game? I mean, I want to be nice to my GPU too, because I spent like $1,000 on it like a few years ago. But at the same time, it's like, if it dies, I have incentive to buy a new one. There's already some evidence of it dying, honestly, though. then again, those evidences kind of like clear themselves up, and I think it might just be the drivers. Because like one of them was like glitchy lines all over the screen, and I haven't seen that in like a while. And that would only happen if I tabbed out of a certain game, so it's like, it might be drivers. Each restricted technology H002 stores the experiences endured by every knight that has ever graced it. You know, if we go back to the chat log of these text messages, the way that they talk reminds me of something. Trial. Throughout the night, the young nobles must battle against the will of their forebears. Fact. Few make the morning. The ones that don't make it to morning are the ones where their friends are in mourning. Rhetorical. Perhaps if they were more cognizant of the unreliability of the flesh, the entire process could be avoided. But yeah, you know what that reminds me of? That reminds me of, from Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic 2, HK-47, the way he talks. Which I might just pull up a clip in a second here, because he's kind of funny. Slavs to Streamlabs OBS. Oh. It wasn't new when I received it. The friend who gave it to me had this one at his girlfriend at the time's place, and she actually returned it to him when they broke up. I don't know your friend. I hope it was like a bullet dodge situation, but oof. To the highest magnitude. That is all I can say about the situation. I mean, at least he got a PS4 out of it, I guess. I don't want to sound sensitive, but like... I'm guessing bro's like better now. Slabs is bloody. I thought my GPU was having issues, but it's a monitor. Yeah, a friend of mine is having a monitor that's dying. Sounds a bit of a less than ideal situation. You're not wrong. Yay! I mean, I guess he's doing better, maybe. He's a Mormon now. That was quite the shift. I mean, hey, whatever floats your goat, right? Personally, the religion doesn't really work with me. I find it too restrictive and like telling me what to do. And then telling me if I don't do it, I'm gonna like burn. Which is like kind of sketchy, but that's just me. If it helps you like learn morals and stuff, like I guess that's a good thing. I just treat other people the way I would want to be treated and respect boundaries, and I find that works pretty well. I fixed a broken monitor recently. I probably told you about it, like actually taking the LCD panel apart and replacing the backlight kind of repair. Now that's kind of advanced. That's pretty good. I tried to repair a monitor, but like my business wouldn't do the expense of getting the actual like part out, so I couldn't finish it. So for like a full year in my office, I just had like a broken down monitor that I eventually kept accidentally tripping on. It was a mood. 19.991% of residuals remaining. I wonder what would have happened if I had gotten it 20% exactly. Are you losing your touch engines here? What do you mean? I'm still cleaning it, you freaking thing. Perhaps I should petition for your duties more earnestly. Is that a compliment or a diss? Not about to get scolded over here by a freaking toaster. Floats your goat. It's actually getting more common, but it's like floats your boat, but it's like not that exactly. It's more fun. It's a more fun way of saying it. It's not just that I don't like I don't like doing what I'm told. It's also that it's like, you're not at a relationship level with me to tell me what to do when we meet once a week to compare outfits. Like, come on. I'm not that easy to please. What my monitor is doing is claiming it's only 720p a quarter of the time, but if I unplug the HDMI and plug it back in to switch to 4K like it's supposed to be. It sounds like it might have a bad cable. Either that, or you're trying to use a cable splitter, and that actually separates the amount of like data that can flow through the cable. So you want to have it directly go from one source to another, from like the graphics card to the monitor, with no splitters attached. If you do that, it should work pretty alright. Like it's supposed to. Hold on, my throat's drying up. ginger ale. My secondary monitor uses a DVI HDMI cord. It might be doing some weird rescaling thing. You might want to use like the same ends on both if you can get around to it. My GPU only has one HDMI port. That's why I have GDMI for main and HDMI on secondary. I would get two monitors that have DisplayPort functionality, because a lot more graphics cards are going for DisplayPort, like, almost exclusively. But for your current situation, I would get a HDMI to DisplayPort. And skip the DVI if you can manage it. I missed a lot. That's what it is, not DVI DisplayPort. Yeah, DisplayPort's a better option if you can manage it. I mean, also the standard of cable that you're using matters as well, because some cables are better than others and can carry more data because of how they're made and all that. And whatever standard that the cables are rated for. Tech's never going to get easier. It's just going to get more complicated with, like, new things that you got to research. You just have to keep up with what you need to research. Way back in the day, it was how many composite cables do I need to get the full experience of my gaming system? Like, I remember the Xbox 360, if you use composite, it had, like, I think 6 composite cables, and, like, some of them were orange. It was weird. And then eventually the TV I was using died, so we got a new one that used HDMI, and I was able to just plug an HDMI into my Xbox 360. And I had fun with it. And I was like, this is easier. Also, before I forget, you know what the technomancers, what they're talking reminds me of? Let me see if I can find it. Where is Chrome? Oh, Chrome updated while I was playing this game. How about that? HK47. Okay. Let me see if I can share my screen. This is pretty funny. I'm gonna just vanish for a second while I play this video. This is hilarious.
Oh, I cannot harm you. Statement. That is correct. Conclusion. And you cannot harm me. Irritated statement. That is what we said, obsolete unit. There must be a delay in your processors. Statement. Then that is all I need to know. Confused query. Where are you going? Ineffectual command. Stop. Ineffectual command. We command you to stop. Statement. But you said so yourself. You have just admitted your own weakness. Conclusion. You have just shown me your soft, meat-bag-like underbellies and said, HK-47, please shoot me repeatedly there until I die. Statement. You cannot stop me. You cannot harm me. In order to do that, I would need to end my self-preservation programming. Conclusion. I would need to stop being one of you. I have concluded that this is something I'm willing to accept. Statement. You cannot change your own programming. Statement. Even if you could, there is not time. Statement. We shall see.
I love HK47. There's some other ones. Trying to find there was one where he defines love. Let me just go ahead and boop boop.
Answer. Many organic meatbags find that question difficult to answer, Master. But I believe I can provide you with a satisfactory definition. Definition. Love is making a shot to the knees of a target 120 kilometers away using an Aerotech sniper rifle with a tri-light scope. Statement. This definition, I am told, is subject to interpretation. Obviously, love is a matter of odds. Not many meatbags could make such a shot. And strangely enough, not many meatbags would derive love from it. Yet for me, love is knowing your target, putting them in your targeting reticle, and together achieving a singular purpose against statistically long odds.
The funny thing is, like, he's not completely wrong, right? Like, his heart's not in the right place, but at the same time, he's like, I can see his point, right? It's the last line that it's about achieving a purpose against all odds. It's just the violent description and reason that he gives is a little misplaced. But anyway, the tech priests and the way that they start their sentences with like... Let me go ahead and go over here. How they start with like observation, exposition, fact, protocol, process, like what they're gonna be like talking about. It reminds me of what HK47 does, where they say what kind of statement they're going to like talk about before they actually say it. And that similarity is the whole reason I even played that clip in the first place. But oh my god, KOTOR is such a funny and amazing game. It's a shame that, like, it never got remade. I think we ran out of tissues. I need to get more. But yeah, if they ever do make like a remake of KOTOR, they should definitely use the same rules as like Baldur's Gate 3 uses. If not, maybe even the same engine, because the game was originally coded to play as like a Dungeons and Dragons Star Wars game. Similar to Baldur's Gate 3. Except BG3 is more like modern. And runs off the standard 5th edition rules. I think KOTOR might have been off 3.5. But I could be wrong about that. I know it was D&D influence, I just don't know which edition. Apparently I forgot how ladders worked. Must be removal of that organic matter that they keep talking about. One of these days, I might do a stream where we just go over my OBS settings and, like, tweak them to perfection. That might be another thing that I was thinking of doing. That could be a vibe. This is a difficult little customer, isn't he? Woo! I think all that's left is like the little joint parts that I am gonna have difficult getting to. Without being very meticulous about it. I don't feel like we have to switch off the 35 nozzle. Or the 25-degree nozzle. I feel like this is perfect for getting all the little pieces that like are difficult. Titanic's toe kind of sounds like a footwear for like a hero or something, you know? Like a legendary footwear. The funny part is that in some games, like Skyrim, you can actually rename your equipment once you get it to like be upgraded and stuff at an enchanting table. So like you could probably make footwear that's like really powerful and call it the Titanic toe. Slowly getting all the dirtiness. Like, I'm hitting tab to see where the little pieces are, but it's like, I spray them and they still don't go away. It's like, I don't know how to win here. I mean, the more ding light ups that we have, the more areas we know we've completely covered. Right? I think I'm gonna have to go up for some of this. Oh yeah, now we're getting something. I'm starting to see some of the grime that we missed. Because we never decided to crouch. Though I should probably take that extension off. I sort of feel like it's faster to do a full clean of the place and then, like, go back for spot cleans on what you missed. But I could be wrong about that, honestly. I don't know. I never claimed to be a genius. Chest heavy stubber. Well, that's clean. I kind of feel like the helm is... Hold on. Hey, helm, why are you still dirty? Could you, like, not be that, please? That'd be, like, mega awesome and stuff. Oh, cool. Okay, what am I still missing here? Let's see. We're missing the cockpit hatch porthole. I think that's on the top here. Yep, there we go. Lower leg lower legs. That's all I need to know. There we go. Lower leg primary piston cables. I wasn't expecting that to clean it, but okay. Reactor housing. Gosh darn it. Nope. Apparently I forgot how ladders worked when I lost more Biologica. Yay! Sacristan's duty. Repair that thing. Well, not repair, but clean that thing. God, I went from looking like a wreck to looking like a mustard warrior. For the mustard seeds! Chant of the Electromancer complete. Engine seer, it is glorious to see a night so illuminated. I feel its motive force yearn for its destiny. Update. I am told that our forces are now fully assembled, cleansed, and boarding for Strategic B7. The Knight will spearhead the vanguard. It is vital the redacted heretical consider this our full force whilst Redemptor Dreadnought Ezekiel Wacky Zaki is dropped behind enemy lines. Trust that we will soon hear of our momentous triumph. May the will of the Omnissiah guide us all to a glorious end. This is probably going to take a whole stream, the Thunderhawk. That might be the last mission, though. So once we're done, we might just, move on to Resident Evil 7. Oh, boy. That'll be fun. But I gotta get to sleep. I gotta work in the morning. I had to get up in, like, 6.5 hours, give or take. So I'm gonna get some sleep. I'll see all of you. I should be free this Sunday. Last Sunday was July 4th weekend, and I forgot that was with family. Hello, Wallpaper. Thank you for invading the stream sounds. The 12th. I don't think I'm doing anything. So yeah, I should be free. We'll play more Near Replicant version 1.22474487139 at that point. But yeah, I hope to see you all there. It'll be fun. We finally grew up in that game, so that's cool. And I'll talk to all of you later. Bye-bye. Bloop.
Statement. Just when I believe my photoreceptors have recorded the last potential aspect of your cruelty to my memory core, you commit a new atrocity that leaves me analyzing its impact for days. You are like a delightful random cruelty generator, Master, poisoning all you touch with your presence. You are a testament to all organic meatbags every...
Damn, it got cut off.